Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. This is part 2 of our injection system revamp on our flatbed. And we just got done resealing this cover. Got it put back on. The old injection pump is still in place. But this video we're going to cover pulling the old injectors out, which have not been out of this engine since I put the engine in the truck about 8 years ago. They've had a lot of homebrew ran through them, so I'm really curious to see how they look. And yeah, we're going to be dropping in a set of R&D stage 1s, which should match nicely with our R&D 80cc pump, which we eventually will be turning up to 90cc. Apparently, with the spec sheet that came with it, that is a thing and it is allowed to do so. The 90cc pump pairs really nice with the stage 1 injectors, with a well-tuned setup. Should get us in the ballpark of 250 wheel horse, and that is plenty for what I want to do with this truck. So anywho, we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna get, as you can see, the injection lines and stuff are still off. You don't have to pull the injection lines to replace injectors. You can scoot them out of the way, but we got to pull all these return lines. The injectors come with, looks like, new Viton O-rings already on them, as well as the copper crush washers. So I've got a new set of caps, and I've got some Tygon fuel line I may be putting on. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to go on and pull all these caps, get the injectors pulled out, and see how everything looks. As you can see, I've already cut this line here because it's really on this barb. I'm not going to be reusing this line anyways. And I'm going to need to get underneath these caps to pop them up. But, nope, there goes one. I've got new caps for these, which if yours are in good shape, you don't necessarily have to replace them. If they're leaking, you can just replace the O-rings. But most of the kits come with caps anyways, so might as well replace them. But yeah, I'm gonna go on, get something under here, a little flat tip screwdriver or something, pop all these caps off, and I'm gonna do one bank at a time, get all the injectors in, or I'm gonna get all the injectors pulled out and see what we're looking at there and start cleaning it out. I've got a feeling that I'm gonna find quite a bit of carbon in the pre-chambers. I don't know if I'll be able to clean it out or not, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like when we get it pulled out, and yeah, we'll go from there. There's one. Not sure if it'll focus on that or not, but pretty clean, really. Number two. Little bit of buildup. Not much to speak of though. Number 3, also really clean. Again, not sure if that's focusing or not, but I can take pictures of these too, just to add them to the video later. And number 4. Not bad for 8 years and thousands of gallons of homebrew, if you know what I mean. So, got all 8 sticks pulled out. So I've looked down the bores. They actually look pretty clean. I can see down in the pre-chambers, and I don't see a bunch of carbon and stuff like I was expecting. So I'm gonna just spin it over and blow out whatever's down the bores here, and make sure everything's cleaned up. Make sure all the copper crush washers are on all the old injectors, which I believe they all are. I'll check. Make sure there's nothing down in the bores to keep anything from sealing. I do have some brushes for cleaning those bores out, which I'll probably run down there to make sure that the new crush washers get a good seal. We'll drop the new injectors in, and then we will be on to swapping this pump out, which may or may not be another video. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, anywho, all we got left to do, swapping out these injectors, are pretty straightforward. So all that's left is to clean everything up, put the new ones in, torque them down, and get the return lines put back on. I'm going to be reworking those. I'll replace the caps, and the injectors came with new Viking O-rings on them already, so I'll grease them up real good, pop it all back together, and we should be good to move on to the pump. But yeah, I'm gonna set this camera up with so you can see what's going on under here while I spin this thing over and see what happens. So we got this bank in. All 4 injectors are torqued to spec. Spec on them, on the nut, is 35 foot-pounds. Torqued down, made sure that the crush washers were in place properly before dropping them in. Now I've got the return situation, the return lines and stuff put on this side. I'm using 1/4-inch Tygon fuel line. It's transparent or translucent, as you can see, so it's easy to see air pockets or air bubbles in the lines. It's also really flexible and compatible with all the fuels that we run. So every year and a half, 2 years, it'll start getting kind of brittle, but I've never had one fail. So with that said, whenever I do these, I lubricate the O-rings really well with Transgel. It's a transmission assembly lubricant, and it works really well on O-rings and stuff. I put a coat around the O-rings, and I put a light coat on the inside of the cap. When I put the cap on, I put light pressure and just twist the cap back and forth a little bit, and it pops right back on place. I've not cut an O-ring yet using that method. So anywho, I gotta wrap this side up over here, and then we will be done with the injectors. Well, I have to move on to the pump. So that is going to be a separate video in and of itself. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. We will make this one part 2. The pump will be part 3 of this little series on reworking the injection system in the flatbed. So if you got any comments, questions, complaints, drop them in the comment section below. I try to answer those as quickly as I can. If you would, hit that thumbs up button. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out quite a bit. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.